Hi, I'm Marshall. I'm the owner of Going Gear, and I'm here in our store in Smyrna, Georgia. This is the extended review of the Olight SRMINI 2. Alright, so here is the Olight SRMINI Intimidator 2. This is the updated version of one of my all-time favorite lights, the Olight SRMINI. So this is a total flood monster, just like the original. 3200 lumens on max output. They added in built-in micro USB charging. They improved the interface, and they made some other nice changes. So it's a really nice upgrade to a light that I really like. You're not going to get any crazy distance out of this thing. You are going to get some pretty decent distance just because of the sheer output of it. But this thing will light up just everything in front of you, which the kind of environment that I live in, I absolutely love. I like being able to light up all the woods at once, or my yard at once, or an entire room at once. Super useful for that. So let's take a look at the packaging and everything, and we'll show you the light. Some information here on the front: 3200 lumens on max output. Low is 120 lumens. On low, you're going to get 36 hours of runtime, 268 meters of throw, and these are all ANSI FL1 specs. If you have any questions about what that means, we have some information on the website. It goes a little bit more in depth. So this is the kit version of the SRMINI 2. There is a non-kit version, and what you get with the kit version versus the non-kit is the kit version comes with batteries. So you get 3 really nice 18650s. Instead of giving you some cheapy 18650s, they actually give you some 3400 milliamp hour 18650s. So these are normally $18 a piece from us. And they also give you a car charger. So you get a car charger, the 3 batteries that you need to power the light, and for not too much more. I think it's another like $30, which is pretty reasonable considering that these are $18 a piece. So I definitely recommend the kit on this one, just because you get the batteries, you get the car charger, but you can get it without that if you don't want all that. The regular kit does come, or the regular version does come with the light. You do get the micro USB charging, and you do get the holster and instructions and all that. You just don't get the batteries, you don't get the car charger. So let's go ahead and pull the light out, and we're going to pull these batteries out and stick them in the light, show you the operation and everything, and let's actually show you the holster as well. The user manual, I always definitely recommend taking a look at it. It talks about the operation, has some good information in there, some troubleshooting, the specifications table, if you're ever wondering what's going on with the light. Take a look at that. There's some good information in there, and they have information about some of their other products. Here is the holster. We're going to open it up, slide the light in just so you can see what it looks like in there. Nice nylon holster. They do a good job with their holsters. They're not cheap throwaway ones. They're actually pretty decent quality. So some nice sturdy nylon. You've got the attachment point on the back. You've got the D-ring, plastic D-ring right there. And then you've got the hook and loop flap on the front. And this nice soft interior to help keep your light from getting all scuffed up and banged up and everything. Micro USB cable. We're actually going to take that out and set it to the side, because this is a rechargeable light. It does have built-in charging. Batteries are trying to escape. All right, so here is the SRMINI 2. Man, they're still trying to escape. Let's see if we can, there we go. Keep them contained. Light's trying to escape now too. So here is the SRMINI 2, and here is the SRMINI. So some obvious differences in the styling of it. This is actually the original version of the SRMINI. So when I say the original version, I don't just mean the SRMINI, but I mean the original SRMINI, because there were 2 versions of just the SRMINI, not even the SRMINI 2. What they did is they updated this switch right here. So they updated it to this soft rubber switch. Some people were complaining about it was easy to accidentally activate. I never had that issue, but it's nice to see them responding to feedback. So they updated the original SRMINI to have a soft switch, and that's what they're using on the SRMINI 2. They also put in built-in micro USB charging, so you can kind of turn them around and you can see nothing on the SRMINI, but you have this little slot that they use on some of their other products, which I really like. So a lot of the micro USB charging ports out there, they're covered by thin little rubber flaps or something like that that doesn't necessarily hold up that well, something that you can lose. This is a built-in little sliding port that you can just slide back and forth. You're not going to lose that port, and it actually clicks into place, so it holds in there pretty well. And then you got a little charging LED indicator right there, and then you got the slightly crenulated bezel. You got the teeth on there, and then you can see the optics are pretty much the same, and they did bump up the output. So I think the original was 2800 lumens, and the new one is 3200 lumens, so you do have a little bit better output. But we go outside, we'll take the original outside as well, just so you can see how they compare. All right, so here is the light. So again, 3 Cree XML2 LEDs down in there. You've got that acrylic optic in there. Got that stainless steel bezel, soft rubber switch. There's your charging port. You can see it a little bit more up close. So what they've done in the past is some of their lights, a few years back, they had proprietary charging cables. That's no fun. If you lose the cable, you all of a sudden can't charge your light. Most of their new stuff, actually all the new ones that I could think of, they all have micro USB charging if they have the built-in charging. So either the charging docks like with the Baton series or with some of their larger lights, they actually take micro USB cables. So if you lose the cable, you don't have to worry about it because most of us have 50 of them lying around the house. I probably have 20 within arm's reach right now. And that's not on purpose. It's just how many I have at any given time. So let's open it up. Show you the inside. So there you've got the battery tube in there. It's pretty easy to insert the batteries. They all go positive end down, negative end out. So we're going to stick the 3 18650s in there and then put the battery cap back on there. You can see it kind of self-aligns itself. You have to sort of align them up in the first place, but if you put them on in the wrong way and you just kind of turn it, you can see I'm knocking them right on there. The plastic tabs are going right onto the batteries. You just turn it a little bit, it self-aligns, which is really nice. And then you can crank it all the way down, get it nice and tight, and you're ready to go. So there is an electronic lockout built into the switch, so you can do that, and I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. But there's also a mechanical lockout. So if you just slightly loosen the tail cap, it'll keep the light from being able to be activated. I definitely recommend that if you're going to be storing it for long periods, just to help keep it from accidental activation. But we've got the tail cap tightened on there. Let's show you the operation of it. So the interface on here is going to be familiar to you if you have seen the other SR lights, SR series lights, or any of the Baton series lights. It's a pretty similar interface. So press the switch, it turns the light on. Press and hold, it cycles through your different outputs. From off, if you press and hold, it'll go straight into the lowest output. Double click from off and it'll go straight into the highest output. And from any mode, triple click and it'll go into strobe. And actually also from any mode, if you have it turned on and then you do a double click, it'll go straight into the highest mode. So from off, you can get into strobe, you can get into the lowest output, you can get into your memorized output, and you can get into the highest output. So really nice intuitive interface. Once you learn it, it works really, really well, and you can get into all your modes very quickly and easily. I really like the interface. It's definitely improvement over the original SR Mini, which granted, I actually like the original SR Mini interface. A lot of people complain about it, but I found it really useful, but this is a nice refined version of that. So again, on the interface, so if you tap it, it'll turn the light on, press and hold, it'll cycle through your different outputs, and you just let go and you see the one that you want. Press and hold from off, and it'll go straight to the lowest output. Do a quick double click, it'll go straight to the highest output, and you can do that from on or off. Triple click from on or off, it'll go into strobe, and then there's also a lockout. So if you press and hold and keep on pressing and holding, it'll turn off and the light doesn't activate. And the way to get out of that is just to do the same thing. Press and hold and it'll come back out of that. Nice interface. They did a really good job on it. You can get to everything very quickly and it works really, really well. Let me show you the charging real quick. So we're just going to slide this over, and I've got a micro USB cable somewhere actually plugged in on my desk. Let's see if this one's actually plugged in. I think it is. We'll know pretty quickly. And there you go. So you can see the little red indicator LED turns on, and when it's done charging, it'll turn green. Simple as that. Charges relatively quickly. Do it overnight kind of thing, and keep it topped off every now and then, and you'll be good to go. So there you go. That is the Olight SRMINI Intimidator 2. This is the upgraded version of the original SR Mini. Got the higher lumens, got the nice styling on it, got the improved interface, got the built-in micro USB charging, and you have the available kit if you want that. And again, I definitely recommend the kit. Get those batteries, get that car charger. They're all very, very useful. Even if you already have batteries, it's a good deal on the batteries. So that is the light. We're going to go ahead and take it outside, and we'll show you how it does outside. All right, we're outside with the SR Mini 2. I also brought the original SR Mini just so you can compare the two. And then I also have a 40 mag light that I always use as a control. All right, let's go ahead and try out the mag light first. Tree right there is 30 feet away. Dockhouse down there on the lake is about 100 feet away. Okay, let's go ahead and try out the SR Mini 2. A lot of lumens coming out of this little guy, and that wasn't even the max output. Whole lot of lumens. I love this light. I use the original a lot, and I'm finding myself really liking the new one. I really like the built-in charging, the increase in the output, and you got that really nice interface that I find very, very useful. All right, we'll show the other outputs real quick. See what those look like. And then when you need it, you got that blinding max output. Let's actually zoom in down there just so you can see how well everything is lit up down there. Obviously a really wide beam on this. You're not going to get any crazy distances, but just because of the sheer output, it's going to go out to a decent distance. You can see how wide of an area it's lighting up at once. That built-in charging, really, really cool light. Let me show you the original one, just so you can compare the two. So here is the original SR Mini. We'll do them side by side. We'll do the SR Mini on the left, and then the two on the right. Kind of go back and forth. Not a huge difference between the two. It was a relatively small bump in lumens, so our eyes aren't going to see that as a whole lot, but they added in some really nice features that I think make the SR Mini 2 definitely a worthwhile purchase. Alright, let's take these out to a longer distance. Alright, got some more space to try out the SR Minis. Let's go ahead and try out version 2 first. Boat right there is about 20 feet away. Got a couple targets set up out there. First one is at 50 yards. Second one is at 100 yards. And then the tree line beyond is at 130 yards. So this thing is not made for distance like the Olight Javelot series, but you can see tree line at 130 yards, 100 yards, 50 yards, lighting all that up extremely well. So it can do some more distance than that. It's not rated for any, 1,000 meters or anything like that, but you can see it gets out to all of that really, really well. And it lights up a really wide area. So you're lighting up a whole lot at once. Let me show you the lower outputs, so you can see what those look like. Cycle through real quick. And then when you need it, you got that max output as well. And then here is the original SR Mini, just so you can see what that looks like. Again, you're not going to see a huge difference between the two. There's your SR Mini. There's your SR Mini 2. A little bit of a bump. Not massive. But the other features that you get on the SR Mini 2, I think, are definitely worth it. So there you go. That is the Olight SR Mini 2. If you like it, you can buy it from me at goinggear.com. Any questions or comments, you can reach me in the comments or any of my guys at goinggear.com. If you liked the video, please subscribe. I do a lot of gear and flashlight videos. As always, get going and start something. Thanks for watching.